Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Three Bands coming at you with just a crazy pair of shoes, right? And I really mean that. This is going to be in tribute to the 1982 Made in France shoes. Now, first, before I go into it, this format, I'm just off the cuff and I'm just going to talk to you like I would anybody else. No script at all. I like this, and I like to bring out other shoes as well, just so you can visually see some more stuff. Now, around me, what you're going to see, everything around me are Made in France Adidas Superstars. Just absolutely beautiful, and some of the most prized in my collection. I've got gold tongues back there, which are typically from the 70s area, and then the other ones with the colored tongues, they're going to be from the 80s. But just all of these, and pretty much all of these, except for one pair, which are a game-worn pair without the shell toe on them, right back here. From the University of Indiana, are dead stock. So they are, what's really what I love about the Adidas Superstar, first and foremost, aside from the silhouette, is that it's a really designed functional shoe just to be well crafted and well designed. And that's in tribute to Chris Severn. Him and his brother and Horst Dassler brought Adidas to the United States, and this was back in the late 60s. So thank you to him. And this shoe particularly is going to be this one sitting right here. Chris Law, and as you know, Chris Law was affiliated with Crooked Tongues, and then he had a long, really very successful career with Adidas. Not only that, but Chris Law is a huge part of sneaker culture, and he has made some of the most timeless silhouettes for Adidas and the Superstar that are most prized in my collection as well. Well, the opportunity came up for me to obtain this pair of 1982s, and as you know from a previous video, the 1982 is a kind of it was completely different actually, because when Chris was making this, he wanted it to be very close as he could with modern technology to the 1982 silhouette, which is the most desirable and the most beautiful silhouette that was ever made. So far that when they were sending back the prototypes to him, he was pushing them back because he wanted to make sure even the stitching was the right size, the stripes on them were the right size. This dish that's running across the bottom is a completely brand new dish, and all this pattern is definitely different. Even the shell toe, the particular pattern that's in this shell toe is reminiscent of that, down to the Adidas Made in France in the front of it. Even that particular size is just like it was from 1982, which is crazy, right? And you would think it's going to stop there, but it didn't, and I'm going to show you this as well. On the inside, all the Made in France Superstars, they didn't have the normal insole. They had this kind of off-white, grayish, thin leather pad with the Made in France sticker right in the middle. So even that detail was sweated. So first, let me just go ahead and talk about this particular pair of shoes. This particular pair of shoes are from Chris Law's personal collection. A huge shout out to him for allowing me to get this particular pair of shoes. And you know, this pair of 82s, I don't even think I've seen this colorway. It's a confirmation sample. But what's more important about it is that this is the brainchild of Chris Law before he left Adidas to do something that would stand the test of time. Again, this particular Adidas Superstar, even right now, is going to cost you more than a regular Superstar, and it's because the materials are going to be more premium. As a lot of you know, Superstar collectors are just shoe people in general know that when you pick up a pair of Superstars to date, the quality just isn't there. But this shoe is made of a good leather. It's constructed very well, and he sweated all the details. Now, when I got this shoe, I asked him, I said, if you could just put me a little note on here. So he did. These are confirmation samples. So he was gracious enough to put that on there, signed by him, because I wanted this pair to be signed by him since he created it. This is his child. And of course, a lot of you know that I happen to be very fortunate to be friends with Chris Severn. So I said, how crazy would it to get Chris Law, who brought back the 82 silhouette, and get this into the hands of Chris Severn, the father of the Adidas Superstar, and have their names and signatures both on one shoe celebrating the Adidas Superstar and the Made in France shoes. And that's exactly what Chris was able to do for me. But more than just putting an Adidas, Superstar with the signature on it, I asked him if he wouldn't mind just to be creative. And what he came up with was a concept of putting what he calls his hoopisms. Chris Severn has coached for over 20 years, but what's really neat about it is he have all of these sayings that a lot of coaches do that it stuck with him throughout his career. So we'll just go through them and you can see. I'll get this out of the way. Dunk whenever you can. Rebound, rebound, rebound. Free throws are not free. And on this other shoe, let me grab it. Defense is desire. Never telegraph a pass. And then attitude, not altitude. And then never give up. And I ended on that one because I love that the best, because in anything in life, this phrase follows me forever. Never give up. Now, getting on just to the silhouette in general, I just want to grab a pair of 1982s. These are a pair of snakeskins, right? Just an amazing. And I want to show you first this made in France on the front and show you how that is. And then I'm going to grab this shoe and I'm just going to show you and put it next to each other. Wow, right? Do you see that? Now I want to show you the dish, right, of this one. Let me get it real close so you can see those details. And then I'm going to show you the 82. Can you tell the difference? They're exactly the same. Now let me show you the sides. See how that dish is in that particular pattern? And let me show you the 82. It's exactly the same. What's even just amazing is that on the inside of it, if you take a look at this 82, how the leather goes here and here, and you see that gray, let me hold it up. And do you see where it says Adidas Superstar in that beautiful gray sole? Now check this out on the 1982s that Chris put out. You see that? And I'm gonna open it up so you can see how it's constructed on the inside as best I can. You see that? It's exactly the same. Exactly the same. Hey, I'm cutting this in because I forgot to mention two of the details that were just dope. And I was like, man, Three Bands, you got to talk about this. So I wanted to talk about the back Adidas heel hit. And I wanted to grab another pair and just, again, focus on these details because I thought, you know what, that's really cool too. I want you to just see how exactly similar these are. Not only with the little dimple in there, the Adidas size, but even the two copyright symbols on there. Do you see that? Another thing that I thought was just really, really sick, if you have gotten a pair of made in Adidas France Superstars, is these laces right here. I'm gonna get that real close. They're like wax laces is kind of what I describe them as. So just let me grab another pair here, and I'm just gonna show you. Now this is a pair of made in France Superstars, and I wanna show you those shoelaces. See how that is? Both are wax shoelaces. Again, I know this is a really small detail, but I just wanted to cut in and just show you because I just think that this is super important. Again. So I hope now that I brought this shoe out and I've showed you how it's made and just showed you how identical these shoes are. Just beautiful. Look at that. They're the same in every way. A tribute shoe. And what's really neat about it is that if you try to go buy a pair of dead stock made in France Superstars, you're just going to pay out the wazoo. It's the Adidas Superstar that has held its value the most out of every Superstar, and it continually rises in popularity and in price. So if you can grab a pair, believe me, grab a pair while you can, because even though while they're still expensive, they're going to keep going up and become even more unobtainable. At any rate, this is Three Bands coming at you with just another sick pair of shoes, another pair of sneaker and cultural history that I just wanted to share with the world. Again, as always, collect what you love. This is Three Bands, and I'm out. Peace.